Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Welcome to another interesting episode of Affair Films. This is a channel where I bring everything about Africa from an African perspective. So, on today's episode, I'll be gisting you on how I traveled to Ijebu for the first time. It was about an artist. His name is Yusuf Dongo. I saw his work on Instagram. I was baffled.
My name is Yusuf Dongo. I'm from the lineage of Shote family.
So I traveled to Ijebu because I wanted to understand the math, the thought process, and the inspiration behind transforming abandoned metal into a stunning piece of artwork, which we call Ita Oba 2.
The title of this project is Ita Oba 2.
So how did I get to Ijebu? It was not easy. Getting to Ijebu was not without its own hurdles. Unfortunately, it was the same day a protest was scheduled. The protest was aimed at drawing the attention of the Ogun State government to the tolling of the Ekwe Ijebu Expressway. I started from Lekki. From Lekki to Ekwe at the cost of 2,500 naira. It was a smooth journey, wonderful road. So we arrived in Ekwe, where I had to wait for the next ride to fill up. While waiting, I grabbed an egg roll just to refuel. At Ekwe, I took another transport at the cost of 1,500 naira. So to avoid the chaos and traffic costs as a result of the protest, the driver opted for an alternative route. This happened to be a big mistake. He missed his way multiple times before finally finding the correct path.
Hello. Ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ẹ̀ wọ́n gbé sábọ̀dẹ̀ sí ìta báyìí. Ilé ọkọ̀ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ẹ̀. Tó bá débẹ̀ ọmọ àrípàrọ̀ ọ̀yá náà wọ́n ní jẹ́ kó ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣe mú ìgbẹ́jọ́ ọjọ́ máa tẹ̀ nípàrọ̀ ọ̀yá. Ibo ló ti lọ. Tó mọ̀ inú wọn pé ìsìn ní òjò ọjọ́ báyìí mo máa ti gbá.
Block man. Yeah, ṣe gbàgbé yẹn jẹun. The road was in a terrible condition. So to help, we got out of the car. So after several attempts and help from the passengers, he was able to maneuver his way through. Yeah. Honestly speaking, The Lekki-Ekpe Ijebu-Ode road was smooth. If not for the protest, it would have been a smooth journey all the way. This is the road, clean and smooth. Like I said, the trip from Ekpe to Ijebu-Ode cost me 1,500 naira. So once in Ijebu-Ode, I opted on a bike to the artist workshop. The bike cost me 500 naira. So this is the workshop. This is where the beautiful masterpiece came out from. So please subscribe to my channel, help to like it and share it, please. So like I said, today is about a scrap metal artist, Yusuf Dongo. He is a scrap metal sculptor with a deep Ijebu root.
My name is Yusuf Dongo. I'm from the lineage of Shote family, Alatishe family, Joseph family. I'm a proud son of the soil, Ijebu-Ode. The Ashote Maru, the popular Ashote Maru, is my great grandpa, who is one of the Ijebu warriors back in the days. He fought for Ijebu, between Ijebu and the British back in the days, and during the war he was one of the survivors then, along with late Balogun Otubu, Sarumi, and the likes.
For many years, he is reading in the Ojude Oba Festival, proudly representing his family. Yusuf earned his first degree from Obafemi Awolowo University before he moved to the UK for a master's in art. His father is also a welder, but he chose to upcycle scrap into meaningful art.
I'm a sculptor. I work with scrap metal. I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I'm flexible with my medium. I paint as well, but my main focus is scrap metal, upcycling. I had my primary education in Nigeria, and I had my first degree at Obafemi Awolowo University before moving down to the UK to gain my Masters of Arts at the Montfort University. I've done exhibitions both home and abroad, here in Nigeria and in Birmingham, UK, United Kingdom. Also, I'm a member of Eastside Project in Birmingham. I'm also an alumnus of STEAM House, which are partner with Birmingham City University. I came out from this workshop. My father is a welder, he's a renowned welder, and I got the experience from him. I thought about doing something different. Then I said, I'm going to do sculpture, but I don't want to do clay work. And I said, okay, with my experience with metal, I'm going to go into something different. So I started using scrap metal, which is now called upcycling, repurpose, using what has been used for something, then reusing it again. So why doing scrap metal? It's not just about doing it. My work always have a storyline. So primarily, my work tells a story, history, and it also talks about my immediate environment. I'll try to express myself of what is happening in my vicinity, in my community. And also I explore on different medium, but I've chosen scrap to be my primary medium for sculpting. So The idea about this is that to make something different.
His current piece is called Ita Oba 2, a majestic sculpture that is not just art, but history frozen into metal. It reflects the rich history of the Ijebu people.
The title of this project is Itaoba 2. I've been thinking about this project about 3 years now. So in 2022, I did a abstract realism sculpture with wooden blocks, which is being wrapped with magazine, and I did a horse bust inside the work. So I've used that work to depict Ojujoba itself, to speak about Ojujoba itself and the Ijebu, talking about Aujale and the masquerade Alagemon the Ijebu people worship. We talked about how Ijebu are wealthy people, and talking about Ojujoba, the Regbe. So on the work, there's a colorful background on it which represents the Regbe. So doing that work, I got interested in the project, and I was unable to really express myself very well, and I thought about doing something bigger. So that was when this project comes in. So that the one I did in 2022 is titled Itaoba 1, and which this is a replica of the project but in a different form. This one is in the round, which is 3-dimensional, while that one is 2-dimensional. It's just a wall hanging sculpture. So I titled this Itaoba 2. So this sculpture, it represents strength, royalty, value, and resilience. It's also an icon for Ojujoba and the horse lord. I use this horse to represent the horse lord, which they pay homage to the king every year. It's not just about the horse. It talks about Ijebu as a whole, and it talks about Ojujoba. So on this project, I have the past Baloguns. We have 9 Baloguns, from the first Balogun, which is Balogun Tugu, down to the current Balogun, which is Balogun Alausa, which is the current Balogun of Ijebu land. On this project, the view we have in here now, we have the late Balogun Alatishe, and we have Lovely Shote, Balogun Lovely Shote, and this is the current Balogun of Ijebuland, which is Balogun Alausa, and this is the first Balogun in Odunogan family. When Ojujoba started, then at some point we have some dignitaries that have participated positively to the development of Ojujoba. We have the likes of the late Balogun Shubomi, we have the relief sculpture over there at the chin. That's the late Balogun Shubomi, and at the other hand, we have the dignitary Michael Adenuga, that's the chairman of Globacom. Yeah, and also here we have Balogun Shoyi, and you can't talk about Ijebu without not mentioning the Awujale of Ijebu land. He has been a leader of Ijebu and longest monarch in Nigeria. His boss too is there. This is a way of just honoring him, and is my way of expressing myself to pay homage to the king. And like I said, I've derived, and also when I was talking earlier, I mentioned my great grandpa, which is Pa Ashani Shote. This is him. He was one of the Ijebu great warriors then. I continue to follow his legacy because he inspired me a lot. He's a giant warrior, and also I've derived some context from Oriki Ijebu, which is Ijebu to know dollar koyinbo today, which means Ijebu people are wealthy people, and they have been spending money, pound sterling, before the colonization. So if you look at this work properly, we have the cowrie. I've used that to represent wealth. Ijebu, they are wealthy people. So it's a rich storyline. The sculpture is rich. And also, we have the chairman of Biggie, which is Adegunwa. That's him over there. He also participates in sponsoring the Ojujoba festival as well. So all these people, you can't talk about them without not mentioning them. They are part of Ojujoba. And also, we have some cities in Ijebu. If you look at the work closely, we have Agowe, which have used plasma cutter to make an engrave their names on it. The names on it are the cities that come up with Ijebu as a whole. We have Agowe, Ijebu Ife, Ekpe, we have Itele, Odogbolu, Ijebu itself. So, and also, when you're talking about Ijebu, you can't separate Ijebu and the masquerade, the worship, which is Alakemo. So, on this sculpture, I have marked an impression of Agemo masquerade. We have 16 agemos. If you count the spoon here, there are 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So inside, from the Oriki, it says Ijebu Awani Omoalagemo Meridilogun, which are the masquerade, the 16 masquerade, the worship, the Alagemo. We have 16 masquerade. So this is an impression of it. And also, when I was thinking about this project, we have the monumental sculpture of Agemo at the roundabout there, but we don't really have something that represents Ojujoba Festival. So I thought about this project. It's an icon that represents Ijebu culture, that promotes the heritage. And that is why I have developed this work to this stage.
According to him, the project took him about 4 months and ran mostly on diesel, a necessity that is due to the unreliable power supply. It's a testament to both his dedication and the hardship artists and other businesses face in this country. May God help Nigeria. Amen.
I've been on this project since late February this year. I came down all the way from UK to do this giant piece which promotes our culture, heritage, history. And I've spent a lot of time. This work took me about more than 4 months to complete the project. I have a lot of challenges as well on this project, which is the main thing I face on this project. When I was doing my research, reaching out to some families, some didn't really believe in the project. There was a lot of back and forth on it, but glory be to God, alhamdulillah, I was able to achieve it. And talking about the money aspect, well, I've spent millions of naira on it. I'm just going to put it like that. I've spent millions of naira on it. It cost me a lot. The number of time I've used PHC and electricity, it's not up to 20% on this project. So I've used a lot of diesel on this project. It cost me a lot. I've spent millions of naira on this project. And I actually left all what I'm doing in the UK to come home to do this project. So it's a lot of time, energy I'm putting on this project. And it's not just artwork, it's a masterpiece.
Yusuf is a proud son of the soil. He showcased his masterpiece at the Ojude Oba Festival, fully dressed in cultural regalia, a powerful blend of tradition and modern artistry. At first, like many parents, his father wasn't thrilled about him becoming a welder, but with time, belief, and consistency, Yusuf won him over.
When I told my dad I want to start doing art, he never believed in it. He wanted me to have this popular career, being a banker, a doctor, a lawyer, like so. Not just my father. I'm going to say African parents. They don't really believe in it, but I'm very stubborn. And after my NYSC, I started practicing professionally, and I took my career very seriously. I had back and forth with my dad. He doesn't want me to be. He tries possible best for me to have a job, white collar job, but I insisted that this is what I want to do. But mind you, what worked for A might not work for B, but I just had a kind of belief in my craft. I was very, very stubborn, and today I'm going to tell you, it might not tell me boldly, but I know personally it's proud of me, because when I started this Italba project, he still have a doubt that what does he want to do. But only few people that have seen my project, that have seen my hand, knows that okay, he's going to do something great. And when this project got to about 80% done, my dad was really, really happy, and then he was speechless. So I would say, no matter what you want to do, the best thing you can do for yourself is to package yourself very well and take your craft very serious. If you don't take your craft very serious, other people will take you serious. In summary, I was very stubborn with my craft. I was consistent. I was resilient with my craft and hardworking. As an artist, it's not a work that you sell every day. It's not bread or gari that you have to sell every day. If you don't have passion for it, you can't do it. But because at some point you're gonna give up when you don't make so. Success doesn't come easy. You have to fight for it. You have to go for it. So I thank God today. I'm not there yet, but I'm not where I used to be. And I know certainly I'm still going places. And I believe with this my sculpture, it's gonna take me to places. There is no fast way to success. The only thing you can do is to go through the process, and definitely one day you will get there and people is going to clap for you. I'm really proud to be in Nigeria, especially Ijebu people. People ask me why do I come home every year. I tell them there's no place that can be like home. I have to come home. I can't imagine myself celebrating Odujoba Festival in the UK. No. I can't do it. I can't do that. I'm proud to be in Nigeria, and I'm proud to be an Ijebu image.
So, what is the take home from the story? Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and believe in yourself. That is the message Yusuf lives by, and it is that same message that I leave with you today. Thank you for watching. I hope you are inspired. Please, once again, don't forget, help this page to grow just by hitting the subscription button, subscribe, like the channel, and also share it. And until next time, keep believing.